back in one of the other wagons, I reckon.
Come on, Molly.
Don't do that, Silas. Stop her.
Oh, come on.
Now listen, they're talking already.
Well, ain't I the boss of this shebang?
I know, but we gotta be careful of your wife.
Oh.
He's back in that wagon with her. It ain't right. No good will come of it. You'll see. He'll bring down the wrath of God on all of us.
Later, Mort. Hey! Get that lead wagon around there. We'll make a circle. Hey! Take that line with Brown Steve! And we ask God in his infinite mercy to take them to his bosom, that they may dwell in the kingdom of heaven forever and ever. Amen. Well, I guess we better get going. Hello, Mort. How you feeling?
You brought this on us all. You and that Jezebel.
Now, you listen to me, Mort. I don't aim to hear bad about no woman. Leastwise, a friend of mine. I'm warning you.
I ain't afraid of you. I'm gonna die. I know it. And you killed me, Silas Jennings, just as you killed them that's buried over yonder. We're paying for your sins. Yours and your harlots.
Who are you? Bury him.
We're going to stand there.
Papa!
Hello, Ruthie, dear.
Silas, it's again God to do as you've been doing.
He'd have been dead by sundown anyway.
Oh, I ain't thinking of Mort. It's Ruth, your daughter here. A man passes his nature on to his children, Silas, and your nature's bad. The good book says the sins of the father shall be visited upon the children, even unto the third and the fourth generation.
Ruth will take care of herself. Won't you, honey?
Uh-huh. I'm always going to watch after Ruth. We're going to get married.
That's a boy, Pete.
Ruth! Hey, Ruth!
Yeah.
Come on out.
I can't. I'm taking a bath.
Well, come to the window. I'm starting.
All right.
She's got every day in the month to take a bath, and she picks out the day that I'm leaving.
going to be awfully lonesome here without you, Pete.
Well, I got a big meeting in Rollins Monday about the railroad. Well, nice will take care of you. Goodbye.
So long, Ruth.
Goodbye, Hank.
How long you been married, Pete?
5 years.
Don't you think you and Ruth ought to have some children?
Oh, I gotta get rich first. Hello, Ronassa.
Hello.
Look out for Ruth while I'm gone. Don't let her get lonesome. See you when I get back. Goodbye.
Come on.
Renassa's kind of sweet on Ruth. Indian and all as he is. You ought to hear him take on about stars and flowers and babies and things. And they're moonstruck, both of them.
This place seems to be our very own, Renassa. We've been here so often.
I am going away.
What?
Many days' journey.
But where?
My father want me to marry with Gogethalai, daughter of Chief Tume.
Squaw?
I am Indian.
Why are you doing it, Renassa? Renassa.
Your husband leave you much alone. You are sad. My heart is heavy.
Renassa.
Just about the finest girl in the whole of Texas. Nothing but the best for me.
You half-breed!
Hey, Pete. Isn't that your daughter?
Yes. What's she up to now?
Uncle.
I'm sorry, Nasa. I thought you would laugh too. You always do.
Why am I like this? I hate to get angry, but I just can't help it. Why can't I be like other girls? Oh. Sometimes I almost wish I was dead.
It's terrible to wish a thing like that, Nasa.
I don't care.
Suppose you did die.
I didn't say die. I said almost. Did I hurt you, Moonglow?
No.
Oh, you look so surprised.
You're funny. In all the time I've known you, you're never 2 minutes the same. Here comes your father.
Oh, I don't like him.
Your own father?
What's that got to do with it? If I don't like him, I don't like him, that's all.
I know, but he's your father.
It's about the only thing that he ever did in his life that he hasn't blamed me for.
What are you doing down there?
Visiting some worms I know.
I don't want any of your impertinence. Why were you whipping him? I'm speaking to you, young woman. Why were you whipping him?
I was practicing in case I ever get married.
You come home immediately. I have something to say to you.
Oh, he hates me. Come on, Moonglow. I'm going to fix your head now.
Oh, he said to go home.
Oh, it's just another scolding. I've heard it 1,000 times before. Nasa, you don't seem like a daughter of mine.
I know, but he's going to be very...
Come on. Never mind that.
I can run a railroad, but I'm danged if I can manage a daughter.
Oh, she's young.
Well, I've made up my mind what I'm going to do with her. That's one thing. All right, Joe.
Sit there. Dr. Springer will now get to work.
I can't understand you either, Nasa.
Moonglow, after all these years.
Sometimes you are so nice.
Think only of those times, then.
I'm a half-breed. But you never make me feel that I'm any different from you.
Oh.
Other white people do. And you're the daughter of one of the richest men in Texas.
I don't like rich men. Their minds are fat.
But your father is good.
Nobody is good or bad. People just do the things they've got to do, that's all. Something inside makes them. Nobody ever likes the things I do, but I got to do them.
I always like what you do.
Oh, Moonglow. That's because you're nice. Oh, I forgot.
Oh, don't do that, Nasa. Oh, you're tearing your
I've
waist.
got others. That's all right. Don't worry.
Tearing your waist for a little scratch like this.
There. How does it feel now? Better?
Feels good.
That's fine.
But I can't go back to the house with this on.
Oh, you must. I'd love to see your head bandaged. It looks so romantic. Let me know when it gets well, and I'll whip you again.
All right.
Oh, I forgot.
What?
I have to go home and get my scolding now.
Oh, Nasa.
Come on, Moonglow. Whoa. Wait for me. The scolding won't take long, Moonglow.
All right, Nasa.
Woo, 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 woo.
to you.
Okay. I'll get you later. Go, you. Hello, Mumsy. Did you come early to get a good seat?
I'm fed up with your actions around this ranch, young woman. Do you understand that? I've had enough. I've done everything that any father could do to make you live a normal life. I seem to have failed. Now I'm going to turn the job over to somebody else. There's a private school in Chicago that makes a business of training girls like you. That's where you're going.
I'm going to Chicago? Hooray! Yippee! Yippee!
What can you do with a girl like that?
What do you think?
What?
I'm going to live in Chicago.
What?
Yeah.
You're going to leave the ranch?
Yes, they just... Jose, no more of that, please. Of course, I know what they're thinking. To get me married to Charlie Moffat. Moffat! Oh, gosh. When I think of that man.
The ranch won't seem the same if you're not here.
We did have fun, didn't we, Moongo? Jose, no more music. No light today. Understand? Ah, Moonglow, I'd always love this place. Yet, I'm not happy. Why is that, Moonglow? Why is there always a fight going on inside of me? Thoughts first pulling me one way, then the other. You aren't that way. You're always so calm and quiet.
I know my place. I'm half caste. But you're white. There's nothing you can't be.
There's nothing I want to be, except happy. And I'm not. Why? Maybe it's because I'm mean to people. But I'm not going to be any more, Moonglow. I'm going to turn over a new leaf. I'll try to be absent. I asked him twice. Give me that! Next time you'll mind. Oh, Moonglow, I'm going to love Chicago. It's so big. There'll be so much more chance for me to do things. That's fine. Did you see the evening paper, miss?
No, she doesn't want to see it.
I'm at it again.
Oh, yes, miss.
Well, read it.
It's the Town Crier's column, miss.
So what? Read it anyway.
Now's the Springers having a party. Judging by past experiences...
All right, it's a slap. Go on.
Judging by past experiences, we don't know whether this item should be listed under society events or police court news.
Trying to be funny.
Now's a Springer, whose colorful escapades in Chicago during the past 2 years have earned her the title Dynamite, will formally bow to society this evening. Dynamite's progress will be watched with interest, especially since tonight's guests will hear the announcement of her engagement to Charles Moffat.
Is that there?
Yes, miss.
Where's her dressing gown? She might go out on the street.
Oh, I don't know.
you put this in the paper?
How dare you walk through the hall looking like
Here,
that?
miss. Did you put that in the paper?
I gave them a dignified statement. I didn't think they would refer to you as they would a tough from the waterfront.
I wouldn't marry Charlie Moffat if he were the last man alive in a blizzard.
No, I suppose you prefer Larry Crosby, one of the worst characters in Chicago.
You wouldn't object to that if his father could throw business to your railroad. That's the only reason that you want me to marry Charlie Moffat. His father's influence.
Your engagement will be announced tonight.
Thanks for the warning. Call up the Union Club. Ask Mr. Lawrence Crosby. If he isn't there, get his number.
Yes, miss.
Will you take this, Mr. Crosby?
Do I impress you as the type of man who'd have any use for that?
It looks expensive, sir.
I told you to pack my things and leave hers. You can distinguish between a lady's dress and a gentleman's trousers, can't you, Stephen?
Oh, yes, sir.
That's fine.
What are you doing?
Moving out?
But why?
Did you think you could weekend me, darling?
Why, I was at my mother's.
Fine-looking fellow, your mother.
What do you mean?
Graymore Hotel? French Lick Springs? Your mother should have shaved his mustache.
Why, I wasn't at French Lick.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's a honey. Of course, if you want to change meal tickets...
Miss Springer on the phone, sir.
I'll talk to her.
Oh, so it's that little. Don't think that you can throw me over for her.
Now.
Larry, I'm not going to let you talk to her. No!
Oh, Stevens,
Yes, sir?
the chair. Hello, darling.
Hello, Larry. How are you? That's good. Are you coming to my party tonight? Oh, fine. Listen, come early. I want to talk to you. Yes. Bye-bye. Hello, sweet.
We better go down now, dear. The guests are beginning to arrive. Are you ready?
For anything.
Well, I'm on my way.
So you're walking out on me, eh?
Yep. I'm afraid you don't deserve me, darling. I liked you a lot. Still do. But you've been two-timing Larry.
And I suppose you've been on the level with me?
I pay the bills. I'm allowed a little leeway. Goodbye.
You'll come back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I understand your little peculiarities.
A little bet of $1,000 that you and I are through.
You're on. Oh, and by the way, I may see you at her party this evening.
Really? Are you going?
Oh, yes. I love to play with dynamite.
I seem to remember, Mrs. Smith. You know, experience should have taught you, my dear, that the name Smith is always suspicious on the hotel register. Goodbye. I won't be seeing you.
Oh, Mr. Moffat. You don't want to marry me, Charlie.
I do, Nessa. I'm crazy about you.
You'll be making arrangements for a nervous breakdown. Oh, there's Larry Crosby. Let's go over and see him. Hello, Larry.
Hello, beautiful.
How are
Hello,
you?
Shelley.
Hello, Larry.
Excuse me, Charlie.
I saw by the papers you're engaged to marry Charlie Moffat.
Oh, don't be silly.
You know what it made me think of?
No, what?
Trying to hitch Niagara Falls to a squirt gun.
Oh, you're funny, Larry.
Dance?
Mm-hmm.
Your father seems to think I'm rather a terrible person, doesn't he?
He does?
He's right. I doubt if there's any sin on the calendar I haven't been guilty of.
Oh, Mr. Crosby, you must have been kept awfully busy.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll lump them all together and commit them 5 or 6 at a time.
Oh, you naughty child.
You know what you remind me of?
Don't tell me if it isn't nice.
You're like night in the South Seas. Mysterious. Limitless. Beautiful. And so coolingly warm.
That and broccoli.
Oh. I like you.
Do you?
It wouldn't take much for me to get sloppily sentimental.
It wouldn't take much for me to let you.
You like this party?
Oh, I hate it.
Let's blow.
I'm the hostess.
Sorry, I forgot that. By the way, you had something to tell me.
Oh, yes. Let's go to the balcony. Come on. Doodly-doo. Who's that?
That's Sonny Delane.
Oh, yes. She's here with Jack Carter.
Mother.
Mother?
I was just thinking.
Hello, Larry. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, Jack.
Nasa. Nasa, may I present Mr. Lane?
How do you do? They tell me you're dynamite. Yes?
Sonny, please now.
That's all right. Dynamite doesn't frighten me. I've been in a lot of explosions. I was wondering why you look so frightfully scarred.
Come on, dear. Let's get out of here.
No.
Come on, Sonny, please now.
I suppose you know you broke up my home. I didn't know that you were in a home. When did you get out? Say, listen, you. And you.
I think the girls are going to get together. 2-1 on Nasa. I don't know. Sonny's pretty good. There they go. They're off. Oh,
Naza, darling, stop it, dear. Naza, Naza, darling, stop it. Stop it, Naza. Get back. Naza, darling, stop it.
What is it, Pete?
Winifred, please take Mrs. Springer to her room.
Sonny, stop it. Will you let him go, darling? Let him go.
Sonny, I'm surprised at you. Get out of here now. Come on, let's get out of here.
What's the matter? What happened here?
A couple of the girls were whooping it up, Mr. Springer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Please, Nasta, dear.
Why did she have to pick on me?
Plastered.
This will help me with my father. I was getting along so well anyway.
Let's get married, Nasa.
What?
Why not?
Marry you?
Well, somebody's going to. Why not you?
I like you a whole lot, Larry.
I'm mad about you. We'll stay at the Warwick until I can get my affairs in shape, and then the honeymoon. London, the continent, the Riviera.
Oh, what a joke on Dad. Larry. Hello? Oh. Yes, 1468. I'm alone. All right.
Can I take the things, madam?
Yes.
I guess you weren't very hungry.
No. Come in. Hello, Dad.
Wasn't last night's drunken brawl enough without adding this? Registered in a hotel as Larry Crosby's wife.
I am his wife. I married him this afternoon.
You married to Crosby?
Yes. Why, I thought that you'd be glad. At least, it makes me an honest woman. Wait, Dad. Why don't you like me, Dad? It's my fault. Must be. It's my nature, I guess. I tried to overcome it. I couldn't. But everything's different now. I want to be like other girls. And I'll need help. Lots of it. Won't you be friends with me, Dad?
Where is your husband now?
Why, he had to go to...
On your wedding night. Well, I warned you. If you need money at any time, my lawyer will provide it. I never want to see you again.
Yes, Mr. Crosby?
You got $1 for me in the lobby. What am I supposed to do? Pension you? Hello?
Where were you?
Now, you're not going to pull that on me the very first night.
No.
I was playing poker.
You've been drinking.
I was thirsty. Oh, come on, honey. We mustn't quarrel.
I'm not quarreling.
You're gorgeous.
Please. Please, Larry.
Hello. Oh, hello. Still there? What time is it? Oh, she did she? Well, don't let her leave. I'll be right over.
Who's on the phone?
Friend of mine?
Oh. Larry, what are you doing? Dressing?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Going out.
At this hour?
Yep.
What for? Why?
Oh, for the love of... What do I have to do? Explain every time I take a breath? Who is it? Where? What is it? How? What are you dressing for? Say, listen. I didn't get married to answer a lot of questions.
Why did you get married, Larry?
To get even with Sonny Delane for double-crossing me. You'd have found it out sooner or later. So I might as well tell you now. My old man owns a couple of banks in town if you need any money. If you want to run up bills, my credit's good. There's $300 or $400. That should last for a couple of days.
Well, I'll raise you 50, Sonny.
Okay, I'll call you.
3 jacks.
Oh, take it.
Well,
You're getting away with three.
Well, I'm clean.
Another stack, Sonny?
Yes, if you don't mind.
You stay right there. Don't you dare move.
Oh, now, come on, Tommy. Give us a good hand, will you?
Now,
wish
dear,
you luck in
we'll
it,
draw
man.
a great big
Come on,
hand.
gotta make it tonight now.
We'll have to come.
Hello, Catherine. Anyone call?
Oh, Mr. Russell calling, madam.
Russell?
Your husband's lawyer.
Oh, yes. Ask him Would you come up, will you?
How do you do, Mrs. Crosby?
How do you do? Would you sit down?
Thank you.
I suppose my allowance is to be cut down again.
Oh, no. Especially as the money is being used to such good use.
I thought that you wanted to talk to me.
Oh, beg pardon. There's no chance of a reconciliation with your husband.
I never forget an injury, Mr. Russell.
He's very ill. He's begging you to see him.
Why should I?
He's dying.
Dying?
That is, dangerously ill.
Oh. Where?
Hotel St. Francis, New Orleans. We may never forget injuries, Mrs. Crosby, but it is human to forgive them, especially when there is illness. After all, your husband has supported you, and naturally you want it to continue. It is to your interest to go.
New Orleans. I'll go.
Good.
I'll enjoy seeing him.
Under no circumstances is his wife to be left alone in the room with him, you understand?
Yes, Doctor.
I'll be back in 10 minutes. How about my wife?
We left word in the office to have her come right up.
When she gets here, you go out and take a little smoke, huh?
It's against orders. Mrs. Crosby?
Yes.
Come in, please.
Thanks.
Hello, Naza.
Larry.
Come here. Got $10? I want to get rid of this fella.
Yes.
There'll be another 10 spot in it when you get back.
Oh, the doctor said not to leave you alone.
That'll be $20 for you.
Oh, only 10 minutes, mind you. I'll get the devil if the doctor finds out.
What happened, Larry?
Flu. Been pretty sick. Come here, will you? Come on. Nice of you to come down, Naza.
I'm sorry that you're ill, Larry.
You're lovely.
Don't, Larry. Please.
Beautiful stuff. You always did have good taste. Mind if I take them off? I haven't had any jewels in my hands in months.
Don't get up, Larry. Please don't.
It's all right.
Please don't get up.
It's all right. I get up every afternoon. You're more gorgeous than ever.
Don't, Larry. Please.
We're married, you know.
Yes, but that's over. Give me my things, Larry.
My money bought them, didn't it?
Please.
Darling,
About what?
being friends.
We're finished.
Oh, I see. The jewelry makes it seem sordid, huh? Sort of like a financial arrangement. Why, of course. It makes it common.
What did you do?
Got rid of the diamond.
You threw them out the window.
That's all right, darling. You and I were married for a whole day once.
Don't touch me.
I'm your husband. Remember?
Please, Larry, you're ill. You don't know what you're doing.
This is why I had them bring you down here.
Larry.
The most gorgeous thing that ever lived. That's how it is!
Larry. Please, Larry, don't. Don't.
You don't go out, Kate.
What happened? I told you not to leave him alone with her.
Oh, Doctor, will you look after Mrs. Crosby?
Mrs. Crosby.
Here, help me get him on the bed. Come on, get him up.
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Crosby.
What is wrong with him, Doctor?
Didn't they tell you?
No.
Well, his mind's affected.
His mind?
It'll be all right, Mrs. Crosby. I'm sure with the proper care, he will eventually recover. I wouldn't worry about him.
I'm not worrying about him.
How do you feel, Mrs. Crosby?
All right. I want to see my baby.
It's here now. It's the best 7-month baby I've ever seen.
A lovely boy.
Are you sure, Doctor, it's all right?
There's nothing to worry about. He's a marvelous child.
Sweet little baby. My baby.
Well, well, how's the little mother?
You seem to be feeling better today.
You say her marriage name is Crosby?
Yes, sir.
And you think that she still lives here in New Orleans?
Her letters to her mother are all mailed here.
And they contain no address?
No. She'd be too proud to confess that she's in need. That's why I'm anxious to find her as soon as possible. She probably doesn't even know that her grandfather is dead, let alone the fact that he's left her all his money.
Well, she won't be difficult to trace. We need only examine the records of the children's clinic or a baby specialist. All children have to be taken to doctors at some time or another.
Yes, Mr. Lindsay.
Get me the officers of the Parish Medical Association.
First name Nasa?
Yes. Nasa Springer was her maiden name.
Yeah, Mrs. Crosby.
Yes.
Yeah, she was here with her child only this afternoon. She lives on River Street, number 312.
Will you stay with baby while I'm gone? I'll give you a quarter.
Sure, Mrs. Crosby. Hello, baby. Drink your milk. All right. Drink your milk.
How you feeling now, kid?
Oh, baby, Jessie forgot something. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello, Jesse. How are
Hello, baby. What to say, kid? Huh? Out for a good time, huh?
Don't!
Hi, babe.
You know, it's funny. I used to know a girl that looked exactly like you.
Is that so? Well, I used to know a fellow who looked exactly like you.
Did he recover?
Oh, it killed him.
No.
Funny.
The wonder they didn't stop here.
Here?
Yeah, I was thinking someone might have seen you and sent in an alarm. Go on, Pete.
Hiya?
Yeah, it's been a little one here.
I'm looking for Mrs. Crosby. Do you know anything about her?
Crosby?
Yes, she's supposed to live here.
Well, she ain't up there now. But if you're a friend of hers, you better wait around till she comes. Her baby's dead.
What?
Dead. Suffocated. Smoke.
Oh.
Nasa! My baby!
Nasa, wait!
My baby!
Nasa!
My baby! My baby!
Nasa, wait!
Won't you try to get some sleep now?
I'm all right. How did you happen to come on low?
Your grandfather died about a month ago. He left everything he had to you.
A little late.
You're worth $100,000 in your own right.
$100,000. I'll get even with life.
I read in the papers that dad of yours had knocked over another $1 million in Wall Street.
I can't see much excitement in making money. In fact, I can't see very much excitement in New York at all. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
Good evening, Mrs. Crosby.
Good evening. I want this inserted in the Times, please.
Certainly, Mrs. Crosby.
Thank you very much.
Well, if they must have women in the world, why can't they all be like that one?
Charming, eh?
Marvelous. Where's she from?
Texas. They tell me she was divorced from a fellow in Chicago a month ago.
Good.
She's been here a week.
Yeah?
She's going to advertise for a male escort to show her New York.
So.
What languages do you speak?
English, naturally, and I know a couple of risque stories in French. Oh, pardon me. I beg your pardon.
I won't be interested in the stories.
I'm sorry, madam. I was merely trying to be facetious. Please forgive me.
Our relationship, of course, will be strictly impersonal.
Of course.
I will give you money for expenses.
Yes, madam.
And I'm moody, very much so. I prefer that you don't talk to me unless I speak to you first, and then only to answer my questions. You know the interesting places to go?
Oh, yes, madam. In fact, I don't think there's anyone in New York who knows more about them than I do.
And what does she think of you?
Well, I don't want to hand myself any bouquets, but, well, I think she's conscious. There's one good sign. I make her mad. You see, I refuse to speak unless spoken to. Boy, does she burn up.
Here she comes now. Good evening, Mrs. Crosby.
Good evening. Well, shall we go?
Yes, madam.
Good night.
Good night.
It hasn't seemed like a month since we met. It hasn't seemed like a month since we met.
It wasn't a question.
It hasn't seemed like a month since we met, has it?
No.
You can be aggravating at times. You're the first man who's ever been around me for a month without making love to me. Do you know that?
I can imagine.
Well? Don't you think I'm attractive?
I like your hat.
Don't you think I'm attractive?
No.
You don't? Just what do you think of me?
Well, I think you're an utterly spoiled young woman. Self-centered, egotistical, conceited. And you'll never be completely happy until some man takes you by the scruff of the neck and beats the devil out of you.
Where are we going?
Well, you said you wanted to go slumming, so I picked a place to eat in the village. Only wild poets and anarchists eat there. It's pretty tough.
What time will we get back?
About 10.
That's fine. You'll be able to get up early in the morning and look for a new job. You're fired.
maid and go dashing up and down the hall. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. If a sailor in pajamas I should see, I know he'd scare the life out of me. And on a great big battleship you'd like to be, working as chambermaids as snug.
I'm from Texas.
What do you have?
What's your specialty here? Raw pig irons?
Yeah? What do you want to eat? Some canary bird's eyebrows?
Cute.
Wait a minute. This ain't no joint.
I thought it was a game.
He thinks that's a joint. You know who he is? He's Jay Randall, the son of Cyrus Randall, the millionaire mine owner. Who has been grinding down the proletariat so that this young nincompoop can go out with...
Wait a minute. Don't include this lady in your speech.
Lady? Ha! What lady?
Are you all right?
Sure, I'm fine. Now let's go someplace that's rough.
All right, come on. The car's on the corner.
So you're Jay Randall, eh?
Do you hate me?
I knew it the second day.
You did?
Mm-hmm. I saw your picture as a polo player in Vanity Fair's Hall of Fame. You weren't fooling me. I knew you were a liar anyway.
How?
Saying you didn't think I was attractive.
You're such a darling.
I'm going to marry NASA. Now, wait a minute, son.
You don't know anything about her?
No?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what I do know about her. When you began going with her, I started an investigation.
Oh, that was contemptible.
Yeah, well, it saved you a lot of grief once before.
NASA's different.
But she has an almost uncontrollable temper. At finishing school, in a fit of rage, she beat up one of her fellow pupils. Later, the Chicago papers christened her Dynamite Springer. In a New Orleans hotel, she knocked her husband unconscious. These may be excellent qualifications, but not for a wife. You know, you're going to meet a lot of influential people, Jay. You surely don't want to have a wife who might, if the inclination struck her, hurl a vase at the head of one of your guests.
I tell you, she's not like that.
No?
No.
Well, I hope she isn't. I'm having some friends to dinner next week. Suppose you bring her. I may find I've been entirely mistaken in the young lady.
All right. What night?
Tuesday.
Fine.
We might have a very enjoyable evening. You've done very nicely, Jackson.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir. Evening, Jeff. Hello, Dad. This is Mrs. Crosby.
How do you do, Mr.
How do you do?
Randall?
I've anticipated this with pleasure, Mrs. Crosby. Jay has spoken of you so often. The only fault I find is that he hasn't done you justice.
I'm afraid that you flatter me.
Oh, how could that be possible?
Say, he's been holding out on me. I didn't know he had this line.
Shall we go in here?
Yes.
Come. We may go through the ceremony of unveiling a cocktail, eh?
That would be nice.
Good idea.
Oh,
I was forgetting. I have two other guests coming.
Anyone I know?
A lady and gentleman from out of town.
Oh.
Friends of mine.
Fine.
Am I sure going to get a kick out of this tonight?
The last time you two girls met, you got quite a few kicks out of it.
Mr. Lane and Mr. Crosby. Pardon me. Hello. Well, come in. Well, here we are. Mrs. Crosby, may I present...
We've met. Even Mr. Crosby's face is familiar. Oh, I know. Aren't you my husband or something?
This is my ex-sparring partner.
Crosby? Why, it's funny I never connected the names. Of course. Mrs. Crosby. Think of that.
Yes. Yes, that is something to think about.
My son, Jay.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Oh, I'm one of your most ardent admirers. Why, I've even cut your picture from Vanity Fair and stuck it on the mirror in my bedroom. A woman can't show more devotion for her hero than that.
That's very nice.
Oh, the cocktails.
None for me, thanks.
What?
Nor me.
Jay?
I don't feel like it.
Oh, come now. We must have a little something to give zest to the dinner.
I doubt if the dinner will lack, zest.
Dinner is served.
Will you take Mrs. Crosby in? Or is that de trop?
Not at all.
Jay, please.
Had any fist fights lately, Dynamite?
No, but I keep in training.
Fist fights?
She's a knockout.
You should know. I don't know what this is all about. I know it's a trick. But don't you start anything that you don't want finished.
Oh, Mr. Crosby, you come right over here, please. I'm going to have the honor of you sitting on my right. And Crosby, if you'll sit there.
Thank you, sir.
There we are. Ah. Well, what are we going to have here? I don't think it'll be very discolored. No.
Well,
You might have controlled your temper, at least for my sake.
no one can speak disrespectfully of my dead child, and least of all his own father.
But they were egging you on. Couldn't you realize that?
So that's what it was. To get me to make a show of myself.
Dad brought them here deliberately, just for that purpose.
And you knew it.
Well, I knew they were coming. I didn't know who they were. But to be perfectly frank, NASA, I don't know that I regret what happened. You savage.
I never want to see you again.
This is why I had them bring you down here.
Larry!
The most gorgeous thing that ever lived.
Well, how's the little mother? What a say, Jim?
Maybe just
Come in.
Telegram, Miss Crosby.
All right. Mother. Mother. Is something that you want to tell me? What is it, dear? Is it about something about me? Can't you speak? Try, darling. Try. You will not. Mother. Doctor.
It's over.
I want to be
alone with her.
Nasa.
Saddle a horse for me, will you?
Would you like me to go with you, Nasa? Nasa.
Did your mother ever speak to you about anyone named Renasa?
Renasa? Why, yes.
Tell me about him.
He was an Indian, son of a great chief. Handsome, well-educated, too. He killed himself. He was in love with a beautiful white woman. That's the story the Indians used to tell.
That's what I wanted to know. An Indian.
What is it, Nasa?
My mother was a beautiful white woman.
Your mother?
It makes clear many things I never understood before. We're both alike. I'm half true, too.
Nasa.
Moonglow. I'm glad.